you'd like to be a sponsor on Convo with CINO, we have promotional packages starting as low as $50. We're very excited to help you promote and grow your business. We hope you enjoy working with us to help you increase your bottom line and attract more customers and clients. Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details. What's going on, y'all? Man, I'm super excited, super fired up. Welcome to another fire episode of Convo with CINO. This is your man, Corey Williams, just checking in. And guys, today we have none other than a superstar guest. I'm telling you, I'm only bringing you the top of the top, only the cream of the crop. I'm telling you. So this young lady, I met her, seen her, just talking about relationships. And so tonight, y'all, we doing a little something different. We coming off, the business side, and we getting into, relationships, spice. We're going to spice it up here with Convo with CINO. And, just to break CINO down, because a lot of people are like, well, who is CINO? What's CINO? CINO is what we call creating innovative new opportunities, guys, creating innovative new opportunities. And that's what this show is about. Bringing people on that's going to really help you, as far as opportunity wise, we want to help you create innovative new opportunities. So, and we're only bringing on the best of the best. So today, handpicked this young lady about relationships because, even in business, if your relationship isn't right, it could hurt your business, and so I know me personally, I mean, I don't care who you are. You've been through something as far as relationships are involved, and it probably took a toll on you. It probably, hurt you, probably broke your heart, so we've all experienced something regarding relationships. And so I want to get into it. We're going to be talking about, masculinity, femininity, relationships. And so that's why I brought on a certified relationship coach. So I got a quick clip for you. We're going to play this clip, and then we're going to get right into it with our guest, Miss LaTanya Newsome Moore. So more Newsome. So again, let's get into it. Convo with CINO. Let's go.
Hey family, being vulnerable in relationships mean taking a risk. Yeah, there's a chance you could get hurt, but there's also a chance to build a connection and growth. As we all know, opening up to someone isn't always an easy thing to do. What area of your personal relationship life are you being more vulnerable and open to attract the love and partner that you so very much so desire and also deserve? No risk, no reward. Have a great day, and remember, I'm not here to change the way you think. I'm just simply here to challenge you to think differently.
What's up, guys? Welcome, Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome, to the show, certified relationship coach. Welcome, LaTanya. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Convo with CINO. What's up?
Thank you, CINO. It was my pleasure. I'm looking forward to having a great dialogue with you this evening. So thank you for seeing the vision that you've seen in me. I think we kind of linked up in a odd, what used to be an odd way. So I thank you for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to having a great evening.
Well, and thank you for accepting the offer. Thank you for just being professional. That's little things. I'm the type of person you can tell a lot in the details. They say that I don't like to use this term, but the devil's in the details, or the tent. And I'm very a detailed person. I think that's that Libra in me. So when people are really just, and it's funny because a lot of people just don't do what they say they're gonna do. It's just that simple. But you've been very professional from the jump. Got me all the information, everything we needed to have a successful show. So like I told you today, let's make history and let's make her story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, I get a little corny sometimes. So, you know.
It's like needed. Like corniness, laughter, all these things are needed, especially with the trying times we've all encountered these past few years. And mine, definitely, I got hit double time. I would say triple these past 4 years. So yeah, laughing and smiling. Like I love to laugh and smile. So I did like that. Her story is definitely my goal before I leave this experience is to share her story.
Man, awesome, awesome. So, so let's get right into it, man. A lot of people may not know what a certified relationship coach is. I mean, I guess it's self-explanatory, but what really inspired you to look into that area of expertise, and what really inspired you to look into that, and how does one become a relationship coach or expert?
Okay, so thank you. It's a good question. First thing is not only was or is relationships a passion and a purpose of mine, and I try to be careful when I'm speaking because sometimes like a lot of people are not at the level you are, not meaning education wise, but on a level of experience with this journey we call life. So I tend to use words like purpose, and somebody like, what does purpose mean? Like I know what it means in school, but meaning this is my purpose, my divine purpose.
Mm,
Well, I was doing stories a few years back, probably 10 years or so before podcasting was a thing. I was doing this, and it wasn't really geared towards relationships or anything, platonic or romantic or anything. That it was a prefla, kind of what you do, a little, style, real estate, what's trending and things like that. Food, everything was kind of like that. But what had happened to me is like it's been a little over 4 years now. I suddenly lost my husband, and
mm,
at that time, few months had passed, and I was just praying, like asking, like, okay, Lord, like, why did this happen? Like, we're at the peak. We've got these businesses going. We got the children almost grown and gone. Like, this is what we worked hard for. So that 17 and a half year successful marriage, and I like to be very clear when I say that because just because you're married doesn't mean it's successful. It doesn't mean it's
right.
healthy. It doesn't mean that you was married 7. It's just a number. But between the numbers is how did you cultivate this union? So when that happened, the answers to my prayers I got was one, it had to be him, because if it wasn't, the kids wouldn't be able to handle it, meaning they wouldn't be able to handle losing their mother. And he said, two, in order for you to live out your purpose, I had to remove your husband.
Mm,
In order for me to live out my purpose, the person, my best friend, the love of my life, the father of my children, like great man, like you literally telling me, God, you need to remove him. But I knew instantly what that meant because I honestly was not doing the things that I needed to do to cultivate others. I was doing what I needed to do to cultivate my immediate family. And it wasn't just about that. We have to understand that we live here and we have this experience not just for ourselves. Yes, we're important, but to touch and connect with others. And I was not doing that. I was just being the wife, the mother, the daughter, the realtor, and I had put speaking on a back burner. So that's how I initially got back to this. And then I had a up and coming right not just the radio station, but a radio station was one, but a network reach out. And that's how I actually got back into doing it consistently. And then realizing, hey, these people are really missing this and needing this. So
mm,
it's a passion. It's really my
yeah,
passion and my purpose to speak to people, listen to what they say, and give them answers. They literally call for answers.
yeah,
You know, and I love it. I'm a healer. That's what I'm supposed to do. Cultivate and
yeah.
heal others. How one can go about becoming a relationship coach and or expert is just really
Well, let me hold on before you answer that question, because I want to really, you know, I don't want to skip over the part where, um, where you said you lost your husband,
yeah,
and you really turned your tragedy into helping other people. You know what I'm saying? Or finding something. something that could bless somebody else, even though you were hurting. I mean, you took a loss. That's a,
Yeah.
definitely a major loss for you and your family. So first of all, my condolences to that. Being losing a great man. We don't want to, a fallen soldier, our king. Salute, to that brother.
Right.
And but one thing I know about men is that, especially being married, I've been married twice,
Right.
in divorce. And but one thing I know about men is that we leave, there's still a part of him in you. Would you agree?
I
I'm sure
totally
I'm sure something inside of you gives you some strength and some motivation, almost like kind of like he still may be there in a sense.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. He is absolutely still within the midst, especially the realms of our home, the realms of this thing. It's not like it looks physically like I'm alone, but in the spiritual realm, I definitely have my spirit guides watching. Like I said, I'll be careful with people that don't understand things outside of what they physically see in this 3D world or religious aspects. So
Mhm.
I do a lot of studying. I'm very, very smart. So I have a clear understanding of certain things. But my spouse is definitely in the presence. Like he literally protects me from other relationships and everything. He protects the children as
Wow.
well. And he shows up as a red cardinal every single time. Me and the kids was just
Wow.
talking about that yesterday, especially for our son, the one son, because it was 10 kids, and now 6 of them are mine.
Okay. Okay. And so you do have another, so you are a professional, a woman as well. I mean, you into real estate, you're a realtor and things like that. So you are a business. You about your business. That's fair to say, right?
That's absolutely fair to say. I am an entrepreneur. I learned very early on that I just am not created to work for someone else. Not to say that that's wrong for anybody else, because we all have, again, a purpose and a plan to set out. But I just was one of those people that jobs just did not work for me.
So so let's talk about relationships, man. What are you seeing out here in today's dating market,
Whew.
society, in relationships, man versus woman, Mars, Venus versus Mars, masculinity versus femininity. And I ain't forgot about how to do. I'm gonna say that for the end, that how one would get that, because that's the opportunity. That's the opportunity that we want to talk about
Right.
in creating innovative new opportunities. How does one go about being a certified relationship coach? Because some people are doing it already, they're just not certified.
Yeah,
So
and
so let's get on the relationships, man. What's going on in
um
2023? What's happening? What are you seeing?
I do see a large trend of everybody wanting to be the experts or the the go-to coach, etc. So when it comes to relationships, remember we're dealing with people's livelihoods, right? So I take it serious that if you come to me, you say, Tanya, hey, like I'm in love, and I did this or that with my wife. Like, how do I? You are really coming from a place of desperation, so to speak. So how I handle you is very, very important. So giving you information that I know for a fact, because of your desperation, you're going to take what I say and you gonna run with it. It's not take it with a grain of salt, because you're in flight or fight mode. So I have a issue with people that just get on and ramble, not them per se, but an issue with the way that society listens to any and everything that people say. You don't, that's just like you going out and trying to sell a house. You're not a certified agent, you're not licensed, you're not a realtor, and you may be able to accomplish that thing, but understand there's a lot of balls that was dropped in the process, and maybe you just got lucky. So I try to stay in my lane with the things that I do know and don't know, and educate myself on it. It's a lot of miseducation being brought about, and what our people are not really being clear on it, understanding that this is purposely driven. So the lack of information given from appropriate expertise, etc., is detrimental to us as a people. So this is politicking at its finest. So as long as this is what people don't understand, one, yes, we know the native race spends more money than any other culture on the face of this planet. We all know this. However, it's the Black woman that spends more money than everybody in general, overall. And it's the single Black woman. She supersedes everything in every other race. So it's really structured for you and I not to have a meeting of the minds, because people's pockets need to be full. So this is not a game. Everybody's playing chess and society's playing checkers. That's why I have a major check. Like I'm a chess player, so I understand strategy. I'm a chameleon. That's why I don't like a lot of titles. I get in exactly where I fit in. I can switch. I'm a 20s girl, a 30s, a 40s, a 50s, 60s, 70s. You didn't see me. You watch me a lot. Like I can merge with anything. But when it comes to
that's important. I mean, that's important really to be versatile, to have that versatility, even in yourself, even in relationships. And
absolutely.
and I tell people, I told somebody, I said, I used to try to like reinvent myself every 5 years or so. But now with technology and the way things go, you got to almost reinvent yourself every 3 to 6 months. You better be coming out with a different version of you to get better, not for anybody else, but for yourself,
Correct.
to just get better, to be a better person, and to keep up with what's going on, because we live in a high paced society right now. I mean, like you said, terms, these labels and terms, it's like I'm seeing a new term every day.
Every day.
Sapiosexual, this sexual, this something sexual, this type of relationship with, what they was having with the man got 2 and 3 women now, and they all a happy family. And
Right.
I mean, they got all kind of stuff going on right now.
It
So
is. It
what's
is.
going on like with the different trends of relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like, guy, women, are really accustomed now to having a side dude and knowing, the side girl is okay with, what's going on? Like, where we
Yeah.
headed?
Yeah. It's, what came to mind exactly where we had self-destruction. Like, I
Oh,
mean, like that's why I do what I do. Like,
yeah,
definitely
self-destruction.
self-destruction. Because so think if everybody, and this is something I'm telling you, like I think about this a lot, but it had been on my mind the past couple of days because I had a encounter where I really had to process where this person was coming from. So what I understand is everybody has a large amount of fear. The fear that they have is towards love. So the very thing that will save us is the very thing that everyone is fearful of.
Wow. Hold on. Hold on. That's say that again. Say that
Mm.
again. Cause I think they may have went. I don't even know. I don't know if
How
that's
you
just coming
got
off the
that?
top. But you said what people are fearful of is the thing that will save us. And that's
Yes.
what you said, love.
Yeah. Everybody is
Wow.
very fearful of love, which is the very thing. Love supersedes, love conquers, love is the most positive energy that could ever be emitted on the face of this planet. So
Wow.
if we're structured to cover up our heart chakras and cover up the fact that we all need love, and honestly, we all really want love. How you look at it, how you display it, or how you hide from it, these are all individual things that we all need to work on and have help with. But if we love one another unconditionally, unjudgmentally, and really from the bottom of our heart, that agape love that you hear spoke about in religion, then we would not be where we at right now. You wouldn't
Wow.
even be single. I wouldn't be single. Do you know that relationships is like a $3.2 billion industry? That's what I'm
Mm.
hearing. Like that's more than cancer medication, a heart medication to save our lives. And a lot of us have heart issues because the body is going to reflect what the spirit needs. So if you need love, you're going to have high blood pressure. You're going to have or enlarged heart. You're going to have some issues in those areas that you have not worked on. And I know I may be going above people's head, but this is more than reality. We have different things that we have to mix to make a 360. Like there's life. There's the reality world. There's the spiritual world. There's laws that govern this universe. That's where karma is. Oh, your karma gonna come back to get you. But do you really understand what karma's job is and how it works and where it comes from? So, as I coach and I give lessons, I don't just talk about, so what did he do to you, Marissa? Or what did she do? We got to get deep down to it, because I tell people even all the time in my shows, you're not going to attract what you want. You're going to attract what you reflect.
Come on.
So if your reflection,
that's real.
Yeah, I mean,
it
really is. And even for myself, these are things I had to look at myself. And I've tested a lot of things on myself, especially with relationships, before I even got certified. So at the time when I was dating early on, I knew I wasn't in a healthy place, if that makes sense. I wasn't in the best place. I was masking all this hurt, all this anger, and all this confusion about what did I just become this great, trusting, loving wife for, to end up like I'm 21 again. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm masking all of these things. So I went on a date. I went on dates for 2 weeks, 14 days. I dated 12 guys in 14 days. I was like, I don't even see how people do it. Like, I was tired and I picked up almost like 5 pounds. I was like, I know you lying, because we were going
taking you out to eat, taking you. Yes, you weren't turning down them dates, huh?
Yeah, it was
like,
just
yeah, meals. You want to go eat?
Yeah, it was like, because that was like the thing then, was like the dating was, of course, you go meet somewhere and eat. And I would go to this pizza spot that used to be Gladys Knight's. It's in LaTanya. And I had one guy that was interested in me, and we never dated. We went on one date. We never dated anything. He calls me to this day. He calls me the pizza pimp, right?
Oh my goodness. Oh, so funny. You had a spot where you was just taking everybody too.
I'm like it wasn't.
You was like, if you passed the pizza test, it was like a test. Like, if you passed the pizza test, you the one.
It was more so like, one, I'm being mindful of the budgets. Pizza's not expensive, and stuff like that. But I really needed to see what type of men I was attracting while I was at that state. So it's a method to my madness. For mine is I've always been like that. So when
you were like speed dating, it's speed dating.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, a date, but it wasn't even. They didn't know that. Yeah, I'm dating you, but they didn't know. Like, in my mind, I'm somewhere else with this, right? And the quality of guys, not to take anything from them, all Black men are freaking amazing. I love men. I love my Black men preferably. So it was like they just wasn't in the best spaces possible, or even a lot of them shouldn't even been attempting a date, just like myself, right? So after that, as I backed off, and as I got to start releasing.
Let me ask you this while let's stay on dating for a minute. When you talk about, because I think a lot of people get confused when we talk about dating, when you ask, or like the status of a person, like, are you single, are you dating, or are you in a relationship? Like, what are those, like, what is dating? Like, or are you dating, or when you seeing somebody in particular, like, let's say you just seeing one person, are you dating that person? Like, because I think it's dynamics to that word dating. So break down dating, because you said you dated 12 guys in a row. You dated them.
Each
so
day,
in my mind, I can be thinking like you was dating, like you was like seeing, like, I don't, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
break that down, that dating stuff. Break this dating stuff down.
Again, when we go back to modern and traditional, dating in the modern life means one thing. Dating where we come from means something else. The traditional form of dating is, I'm seeing somebody, this is who I'm dating, until he says, hey, let's get in a relationship, or let's be exclusive and let's see where this goes. The modern day dating is, okay, I'm single and I'm trying to find out who I want to be with. So I can see this guy or this girl, this guy and this girl. And because I'm just dating, I hold no responsibility to you, your feelings, your heart, or what you think this is, which I feel like is a huge cop out. Again, because you have fear of loving. We don't need to date. Like you only need one. You only need one. So if we really try to date, yeah, but dating means all kind of things to everybody these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a cop out.
Yeah. It can be confusing because, you know, you may be thinking you, like, as a man, you might take a girl out and you might like her. And, you know, I don't know, like, how many dates do you in a row do you need to go before it's like, okay, we exclusive, or I can still talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dating is funny, man.
The dating is funny, and the most funniest thing about it is the man dictates where the relationship goes.
I knew you. That's what okay. All right. I knew you was gonna put it on us. Where my fellas at, man? Where my fellas at? I need some help up in here.
Honestly, it's
getting hot.
And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I'm just playing. I'm a man, so when I see something I like, I'm going after it.
I'm trying to told you. I got married.
I roll.
I checked for. I went after what I seen. I'm usually like that, but again, now we're in a place where if the woman seems to be assertive, let's use that word, then it's a like a whoa, like I don't want nobody. Like now the egos are so flared up, like, oh, everybody want me type thing. And it just
now we getting into the balance of femininity versus masculinity. and now, because I think I'm a Libra, so I'm always thinking about balance. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So and men could probably take this how they want, but every man got some femininity in them, and every woman got some masculinity in her. Would you agree? Now, I ain't no relationship coach. I'm a life I'm a life coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we both on the same page. So we both have the same studies. And I had one of my books is, remember, I have a diploma in divine feminine, so we had to literally go into all of this.
Go to CINOLLC.com. Again, www.CINOLLC.com, and click legal services to sign up. Credit repair, 24/8 credit solutions. Get a fresh start. Clean up your credit report and increase your credit score.
The Personal Transformation Mastery ebook. This is a complete 10-part study course to transform your life and become a better you. Overcome fear, build confidence, get motivated, know your life purpose, and much more. Start your transformation today at www.transformationmastery.online. Again, www.transformationmastery.online.
Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details.
So this is the feminine energy. This is yin and yang, but people always thought it was related to China or something like that. And this is the masculine. Dark is masculine, white is feminine. That dot represents the masculinity and the femininity. The white dot represents the femininity and the masculinity. So by universal law, we have to be balanced. There's no such thing as masculine versus feminine. This is why we have such a disconnect with one another. This is why I always say.
So do you think those things have reversed a little bit, like the dot, like the little bit of the dot of masculinity for the female has overshadowed? You know what I'm saying? Because it's some rough sisters out here nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
So what happens is,
but hold on, it's some fine and very sensitive, you know, some kudos, you know, big ups to all the women. And I know some women have to be strong, they have to, you know, play that man role, but that you got to know when to cut it off, though.
Yes.
When you in the presence of a man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women they don't know how to cut it off. They still, you know what I'm saying? They still in
Um,
that mode. So do
so
you think
that's,
there's an imbalance now?
I feel like, yes, there's, let's say, there's an imbalance on both ends. Remind you, we're self-destructing. So this that is which is in order is going to break down and have no more order. So what we're
Mm.
experiencing is the breakdown of the self-destruction. So
Ah,
you have feminine women that say, and I don't agree with this at all. Um, well, I was a single parent. I raised the kids. I had to pay my bills. I had to this all by myself. So can't no man tell me nothing. What can a man do for me? Yada yada yada. And I would say, sister, first off, what you're doing has nothing to do with what beast you're feeding, because these are beasts we're feeding. Are you feeding more into your masculinity? Are you feeding more into your femininity? Whatever beast you're feeding, that's what any of us with any errors in our life, that's what's going to grow, right?
yeah.
So there's a part of that female that is not dealing with a trauma that was attached to her being feminine. It could be, unfortunately, molestation or something, or rape, or real bad heartbreak, or things like that. So we suppressed a lot of things that we don't understand come out. It's going to come out. It just comes out in other areas. It's like a water will
How
find its
important
weak point.
how important do you think therapy is? Like 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 therapy, you know what I'm saying, versus what you do, or accompanied with what you do.
I feel like therapy is amazing. It's an amazing resource to have. Mental health is real, heartbreak is real, poverty is real, loss is real. All these things are real. I'm not against therapy. I'm not against, it's like being against coaching, but coaching came about because a lot of people have a stigma attached to therapy. The
Gotcha.
only thing we
Yeah.
can't do is diagnose you. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So that's one of the things we can't do. Does everyone need to be diagnosed, or does everyone need love to heal from what they're dealing with?
So,
So
but like you said, so if a woman, a person comes to you and they have, because a lot of times the issues isn't necessarily the relationship, it's actually that person. It's like you say, past traumas, hurts, disappointments, whether it's been, childhood, mommy, daddy
right.
issues. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
what
like,
it is. Yeah. A lot of the time.
yeah. So
So
how do you, like, it's so I guess this not a one-time shot, which, it's something that's always needed. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like it's almost like saying I'm healed. I'm here. Thanks, coach. I'm here. Are you ever really healed? You know what I'm saying?
As long as we're in
Or is healing
experience,
a process? Is it just healing, or can you be healed? Like,
I feel like each that's let's use an analogy. Let's say you fell and you bumped your knee and you have to cater to this scar on your knee. You cleaning it, you witch hazel, you Neosporin, before you know it, it's starting to look pink. The scab is on. It's the scab is the part that protects the skin while it's in the healing process, right? So you know that you're completely healed at the point you might soak in a tub or be in a shower, and then next thing you know, oh, my scab is gone, and then it starts resurfacing a new layer of skin. That's how the healing process works, whether it's mental, physical, scars, etc. We can heal from those if we put in the work. That's your shadow self and working. But then here come another, you didn't carry something and fell and bumped your elbow. Now you got another scar and you got to go through the process. It's just the area of healing is different. So yes, we can heal our past. That's the best thing you can do. First is heal from your past. Because once you heal the past traumas and you really look them square in the face and say, because it's a fear. Past traumas is you fearing facing what you went through. Because your body and the brain in particular, its job is self-preservation. So the job of the brain is to protect you from what it knows hurts you. So it goes into the subconscious part of your brain to just sit in hiding. But what happens is, as you keep hiding and piling up these unsubconscious hurts and fears that you don't want to deal with, you end up projecting them because they're coming up. I call it my Pandora's box. So I used to put all of these hurts into the box. I close the box up and I literally visually actually put it in the back of my mind. So because of that too, doing that for so many years, I lost memory about things that was attached to that. So again,
it almost reminds me of it makes me think about PTSD, like PTSD, when you person been in the army and they had to do things and now they back in civilian life and they hear a firecracker and they think it's a gun. And I think a lot of times in relationships we are going into relationships with that PTSD and we're bringing our baggage with us in a new relationship when you need to come with an empty bag.
I'm glad you said the empty bag. I was thinking you speaking when I was thinking earlier, because there was some points that I didn't want to forget as we was going on. The coming in with the baggage. This is what I would say. At the end of the day, we're all traveling, correct? When you travel, you take what? Baggage, luggage, take your necessities, what you need. And it may not always be pretty. And then most of the time it's not. What my luggage and baggage looked like was not the same as my spouse's. We going on the same trip. And I'm packing like I ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? Because there's things that I don't want to be without. I have a fear of not having the right shoes with this outfit. I fear of not having the robe. Like, they're fears. And once we understand that everything we procrastinate on, even if we don't see it as a fear, it's basically a fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. So we display that fear in different ways in our relationship as well. Do I say nobody with baggage should be dating? No. And for somebody to think that somebody's gonna come empty-handed while they traveling that's just ridiculous. We've all been in this experience. Look what the past 4 years have done to people. Everybody moving different, just based on the pandemic alone. So they have baggage attached from that. So there's a lot of that. No, it's just let's love one another enough to decide if we want to help one another unpack our baggage. That's it. Because I'm not coming without baggage.
I like that. That's a bar. That's a bar. Hold on. You know, when you dropping bars. So you said let's love each other enough to help each other unpack. Is that what you?
Exactly.
Man.
Because we both coming. We both coming with luggage. We're travelers. We on this journey. So nobody's coming with our baggage. And this is why I say being very careful. So now you got men out here looking for women with no baggage. Where's she at? Where's she at? You got women out here looking for men with no baggage.
Look, me too. Where is she?
Where at?
Yeah.
It's unrealistic. You know what I mean? It's just unrealistic, and we have to be very careful about what our expectations are for ourselves and our relationships, because we can talk about the Chili syndrome. Everybody joked about Chili because she stayed single so long because she was looking for something particular, right? For all of these years. Really, her fear was encountering the hurt that she got from Usher. And she's married, she's with a guy, I know, Neon or whatever. And you couldn't pay me to tell me that she 100% happy like she was with somebody that society told her wasn't good enough for her. So we gotta be.
I'm glad you brought up kind of like the celebrities. You know, recently in the news, we've been, news gossip. You know, Steve Harvey's back in the news. Him and Marjorie. And everybody was so mad at you. Since this is a relationship show, let's talk about Mr. Relationship himself,
man,
Mr. Steve Harvey. You know, what's up with Steve? You out there in the A with Steve. What's going on? Is it true or what? I mean, and here's the thing. I don't care if it's true or not. My issue is that why were people so happy that the man, that if even if this did happen, people were really celebrating. And I know guys as men, we were mad because he was kind of unleashing things, telling secrets or whatever about men. But what's your thoughts on that? Whether it's true or not, what was your thoughts when you heard about it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Steve Harvey fan.
Okay.
Never outside of comedy, haven't been. I feel like when he went into the relationship sector and telling women how to handle men, that was a disservice for us as well. And not that because he had failed marriages, so to speak, solely that would be why. But brother, like it just, you got to be careful who you listen to. Steve Harvey has done a lot of things to his first wife, you know what I mean, the mother of his son. And
Mhm.
for those type of things, now remind you, if a woman is with you, it could be a man, I'm not biased, and when you have nothing and y'all literally sleeping in a vehicle and she's counting out change so you can get to a comedy event so you can try to make some money, and sleeping in the cars with you, I mean, like really in the mud with you, and as soon as you get to where you at, she's not pretty enough, she's not good enough, she's not this, I that alone diminished his character for me.
Well, but Steve is not the first celebrity to do that. Let's be honest. I mean,
He ain't, but that's what we talking
I
about
think
right now.
Mike Epps said it. He talked about his first. He was like, man, before I got on, she was ugly. I mean, he clowns his first baby mama or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But look at him now. This before he was Mike Epps. So a lot of celebrities, they do get on and upgrade or whatever
You
they want to call
if
it.
that's what you, if you call it an upgrade, then that's why he got the result he just got. So if that's an upgrade, because that's no different. And I'm just being honest, because even Mike Epps, that was in his comedy. He'll joke on his kids, his mama, whomever. But when you drag your ex-wife through the mud and literally take everything from her, including her child, and have another woman trying to raise her child because you have more money and you can fight her, it's a lot. Like, that's a trauma. Somebody got to deal with her baggage.
Yeah,
And you know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah,
if the wife you have now was so amazing and good for you, she wasn't in that car with you. She wasn't counting pennies and quarters with you. She
yeah.
literally told him until he got money, she wasn't even looking at him.
Wow.
He got the result
Yeah.
he's supposed to get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Again,
yeah.
those
And they
universal
say, I
laws.
guess they say, how you get a person.
It's
What's that saying? How you get them? How it go? I know you
how
know,
you
coach.
get them is how you lose them. Because she was dating us, she didn't dated cousins and all that. But Steve, all in all, I just, if that's for anybody, if you're giving the information, don't let it be just bias. Don't let it be, oh, this is women do this and that. Women were really following his rules.
Yeah,
You see what
90
I'm
day
saying?
rule. Don't give up the cookie for 90 days. And
Listen,
that's when the brothers really was like, hold on now. 90 days, man. That's 3 months, man. I gotta, whoo, that's a long
but
time.
your wife has been on the block, giving up all the years y'all was growing up. I'm saying, like, people.
So the modern day woman, would the category of making um like a six-figure woman, would that be considered, or a high income earning woman, would she be considered a modern woman as well? Like, would that be in that category?
I think they're putting, yeah, any women, like I said earlier, that has a significant amount of income or make more money than the mate.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because
accompanied with
that's
that,
happening right now. A lot of women are making a lot more money than brothers. Brothers, fellas, hold on. PSA, brothers, we got to get this money, man. Y'all got to step your game up. I'm playing God's advocate. I'm just telling you what God love. Step your game up. Go back to school, get a trade, something, learn this new technology, get into the digital arts, whatever. But brothers, we gotta get the money, because we gotta take care of our sisters. Definitely.
absolutely. I think, well, society is structured for it to be more so two-person income now these days anyway. And so if we look at it like, if the men start looking at the women, now granted, there are women that solely like, I make all my money, I don't need you, da da da, this and that. Like, again, I'm not on that ship. And I honestly, make a really nice living. You know what I mean? So I really
I
do.
see. I see. I follow you on. I see how you living. Yeah.
I'm just a small on the totem pole, right?
I
I
see the
do that.
throne you sitting on. By the way, y'all, this is her house. This is where she at. It ain't no paid studio. She at the crib with the
Yeah,
throne.
just a little something. But no, but now when we talk about that, speaking about the home and the money, my thinking was, I know what I was created to be. And this is what I need successful women to take on. First of all, we have this back and forth from male and female. This is very important that I say this, right? It's structure. We know, I've told y'all earlier, it's structure for the economy like that, right? But what happens is we have to understand that, yes, we are different. We were created different. And I say, this is my slogan. Yes, we are created different, but in our differences, we are created to coexist.
Mm.
We cannot deny, it's unrefutable that we're different. You're a man, you use this side of your brain. I'm a woman, I use this side of brain. When we come together, we're using the whole circumference of our brains together. That's why, as Fabulous said years ago, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together, right?
Yeah.
We need that. We need this togetherness. Society doesn't want the togetherness. Look, if you look at tradition from back in the day, men are now complaining about working and taking care of the home. Well, if you go out and work, you got the outside, baby. I got the inside. So I made sure that my income and what I had coming in was conducive to what my positioning as a woman, as a wife was, which is to be the helpmate. So I can't help my man when he come home with his head down talking about Bob just let him go for a young 22-year-old Mike because he got all the technical skills and knowledge, etc. I have to then, now all of the responsibilities are on me, and I'm okay with that because I came in this experience and had this covenant with all knowledge, knowing that I am his support. That's not if he don't have a job, if he keep a job, if he want to change. My late husband changed jobs when we got here, and it was my idea for us to move here. They wasn't paying enough. I paid the bills for the first 4 years. No problem. Did that mean he slept on the couch? You out your mind. That means he had problems as a man that he had to deal with himself, because now he's on unfamiliar territory and having to rebuild. But to ease that, I do what I need to do. I paid the bills. I made sure we didn't go hungry. The
But
kids
some men can't. Some men probably couldn't handle that. You know, that is so a lot of men probably going through that right now, where their woman, you know, their wife or their girl is making more to them. So, you know, what do you do? What do you say to those people? You know what I'm saying, to deal with that?
To the males that's dealing with that,
Yeah.
listen, this is life. We're on this journey together. I agreed to be your journeyman. So whatever we come to pass, whatever we cultivate, whatever comes abroad in front of us, I'm your back in the front. Like there should be no second guessing where your woman stands in your life. And that's because she has to understand too, like a man that doesn't have a certain amount of finances, because y'all equate money with power. And y'all equate money with respect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still bringing your meals to you, baby. If you ain't collected a check in 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, it doesn't matter. My job is still to treat you like you are the head of this house. So these men have had experiences with losing jobs and losing loss of income, and have unfortunately experienced how the wife or the girlfriend or whatever has treated them according to where they are in their financial position. And you have to understand, every woman is not that same woman. That's the most issue I encounter while I'm dating, is men feeling like they're not financially stable enough to date me. I ain't show nobody my bank account. I ain't said her open no apps or any of that.
But on the flip side of that, some men, they cool with, like, they actually want some brothers like, shoot, I'll sit back and chill. You making the money, go baby, go. You know, I'm gonna cheer for you. You know, almost kind of like you know, Oprah and Stedman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what can you do?
Y'all been killing.
You know, even though Stedman is a ball. I mean, Stedman, I've seen Stedman speak, and you
Yes.
know, Stedman is cool dude, you know, but some guys are comfortable with having chilling and being the stay at home dead, or you know, so what do you say to those? Is that, I guess it's just whatever works for the couple, right?
Yeah, because it's individualized. Do I feel like a man in nature, in the divine structure of how man is built and how a woman is built, should a man just be Mr. Mom? Like, you know, I love that show, Mr. Mom, but I don't feel like personally he should really be home nourishing the house, because the cultivating and the nourishing of the home structure is combined, but it's mainly solely the nurturing comes from the feminine side, which would be the female side. So yes, I believe both people should, if they have to be outside the house. And how that structure looks is different, because what's going to happen is that man's going to only be so comfortable so long. It might look good on the outside, but the way he's set up in the inside, the male structure, is not going to last that long. And honestly, that's why you start getting situations with those type of men stepping outside of their situation. One, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, meaning you got too much time on your hand, brother. You supposed to
Okay,
be
okay.
cultivating lands. You know what I
All
mean?
right. It's getting
So,
juicy, y'all. It's getting juicy
you
now.
know, those are those things. I am judgmental not at all. What works for you works for you. It's just, if you come to me and you're asking for advice for a situation like that, I'm going to advise you to let your man get out here and do what he's supposed to do. The lion of the jungle, sit back. The structure is for him to sit back and protect his environment, right?
Yeah.
That we in a man will say, "Oh, I'm the king of the jungle." But I'm like, in our reality, we human beings, we even have dominion over the lion. So for you to try to put you and the lion in the same boat, these are different, because then that means the very thing that they complaining about, the woman making more money, is the very thing that the lioness does. The lioness is the one that go get the money. The lioness is the one that bring back what is needed for the land with their tribe. So if you're the lion and you the king and I'm the lioness, why is you mad that I'm making 6, 7 plus figures and you feel insecure about it? Because the lion don't be insecure. He sit back like, I got all of this under control. So we got to
Yeah.
be careful about what we saying, what we believe, and what we're expecting. Because now the men have put themselves in the lion's position. So that means the lioness is doing her position. She's going out and making the money. So stop equating yourself to, we are power in our words. If you don't want that
Yes.
thing to come to pass, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Because that's
Wow.
exactly what you're going to get.
So last question. I know we asked earlier. So how does one become a certified relationship coach?
It's not complex, pretty simple. When you just on that basic level, you're going, depending on what city, county, state you're in. Of course, Google's your best friend. Google how to become a relationship coach. Undi is another website. Undi is cool. It's for you if you want to kind of play around with it. It's not, you don't spend a lot of money or whatever, but it depends on how serious you're really taking it. So if you are taking it serious, you want to get the best accredited facility that you can find. Mostly all of these are online courses, especially with the pandemic, etc. And sometimes you can combine them. So you go online and just say, I'm thinking about being a relationship coach, go ahead and do that. I got coaching under my belt with life, health, holistic wellness, and diploma in divine feminine, because I have another plan. Well, again, love is a $3.2 billion industry. So you can't really tap into that type of money like that without doing other things. So I'm matchmaking is coming 101. I'm
Wow.
coming.
That's awesome, man. So again, so you say you got some stuff coming. So you want to give us a sneak peek what you got going on, or where can we find you? Give us your Instagram, your TikTok, give us your social media info, and what do you have coming up, and how can a person get in contact with you if they want to get, hire you or give them a session or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
How do we, drop your info? Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So my personal info, which is attached to my business. People love to watch me more so than the two-edged sword. Is going to be IG LaTanya Newsome, LaTanya Newsome. That will be me in the brown and black dress, I believe. So come in, send me a DM if you have questions. I do most of my lessons and my coaching and talking and counseling type sessions via DM. They'll DM me and then we'll FaceTime, etc. So DM me any questions, all questions. Go ahead and follow me though too, so that you don't miss anything at LaTanya Newsome. My Facebook is also LaTanya Newsome. My TikTok is at the two-edged sword. THETWOEDGESWORD. And you can always reach out to CINO because he gonna know where I'm at.
That's right.
So
That's
yeah,
right. That's
pleasure.
right.
Definitely.
That's right, man.
Look out for some new things. Shows the store back up. Working on some background things and try to see how they manifest, and I can tell y'all more. But yeah, this is my life and my passion to put us together. So we can
and you do real. I mean, yeah, you're a realtor too.
Yeah,
So
I'm a bomb realtor. I mean, that's on purpose. I'm a bomb realtor. Definitely been in real estate 15 years, licensed in Kentucky and Georgia. So I'm with virtual properties. You can always Google. If you Google me, I'm everywhere. Like literally, I Google myself time to time. It's really not hard to find me. As long as you match me up with the face that you see on Google, you'll get everything you need.
Yeah.
So anybody looking to relocate to Georgia, reloads I do, VAs, any veterans, I certified in veterans as well. I also have credit certification, meaning I would help my clients get prepared to purchase before they purchase. So I have a passion for making sure that when we have goals, we need to make sure we accomplish those goals. Love, life, health, and wealth. Where we at.
And here's the thing, we want people to, once you buy the house, you and your loved one, we're gonna keep you together in that house.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have, so you buy the house through Tanya, and then she gonna help y'all, be a happy home. She gonna make the house a happy home.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
What life say, let's stay together. All right.
That's it, man. So man, well, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a great episode, and I can't wait to just continue to watch your success, your growth. Definitely want to get together with you and do some other things, on this level, because again, like you say, it's a big industry, and not just industry, but it's people need help. People need help out here, and that's what we're about. So again. Follow LaTanya Moore Newsome, guys, and on IG, on her social media, and hey, y'all stay in love. Go find some love.
Find some love. I'm like,
find some love. That's really how. That's the only way I can end this show right now. Just find some love, share some love, be love. God is love, and we love y'all. So this your man Corey Williams. Thanks for tuning in to another fire episode of Convo with CINO with my guest, certified relationship coach, Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome, man. This your man, Corey Williams. I'm out. Peace.